A wizard arrives precisely when he means to, unless the showrunners have other ideas. Is it even possible for Gandalf to appear in the Rings of Power? With visits to locations like Khazad-dûm and appearances from Elrond and Galadriel, the Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power is already teasing the future adventures led by heroic hobbits. However, there's one part of this sprawling fantasy that will no doubt have viewers scratching their heads. Specifically, some might be wondering if one particular character is set to become the legendary wizard and guardian of Middle-earth, Gandalf. We are of course referring to the stranger who flew in at the end of the show's first episode and landed in the path of adventurous Harfoot Nori Brandyfoot. While the character is yet to reveal their name, this first look hints at all the essential physical attributes of everyone's favorite wizard. Towering over the brave little halfling who is an ancestor of hobbits, his tall frame works perfectly under the long grey cloak he's been given. The character also appears to have the essential facial feature that makes Gandalf who he is: a great big bushy beard. Beyond the physical details, a few more character traits are on display, hinting that this might be the wizard we know and love. Of course, Gandalf is more than just a wizard, as he's also an ancient and ethereal being. Gandalf the Grey began as a Maiar, part of an angelic order of creatures that made up one half of the Ainur. Some of the Ainur, including Gandalf, were sent to help elves and men battle against Sauron in the Third Age. This group was called Istari, which is Elvish for the term wizard. This duty came with a catch though, as these supernatural saviors would be sent in human form so as to not scare the locals, as Tolkien revealed in Unfinished Tales, but this would imperil them, dimming their wisdom and knowledge and confusing them with fears, cares, and wariness coming from the flesh. The stranger's mysterious entrance certainly suggests he embodies some of these attributes, but it's the skills he displays that hint he might be Gandalf specifically. For instance, when Nori tries to communicate with this man from beyond the stars, the sky turns black and the trees buckle under his booming voice. His bellows echo a similar note to Gandalf when he terrifies Bilbo in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Bilbo Baggins! Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks!
We also see the stranger whispering to the fireflies to help show the constellation of stars he's been scribbling into the ground. It's the same method Gandalf uses when he asks a moth to go and get the eagles to aid him in breaking free of Saruman's grasp. Both instances hint at Gandalf's particular set of skills. That said, it's also possible that this assumption is a total setup, given the time in which we've returned to Middle-earth before the One Ring ruined everything. As much as Amazon is taking creative liberties with Tolkien's massive world for the Rings of Power, one significant alteration could also see them playing around with the timeline of Middle-earth. When it comes to Gandalf's activities and arrival, he doesn't roll into town until the Third Age, which begins after Sauron's demise at the hand of Isildur. So this potential Mr. Grey is appearing far too early by Tolkien's count. Then again, given that Durin IV could be digging himself a dangerous hole in Khazad-dûm, which could lead to the Balrog, the show might be tampering with Tolkien's history on a grander scale than anticipated. There's every chance that the minds behind the Rings of Power might be intentionally toying with our knowledge of this fantastic world. If that's the case, then they could eventually reveal the stranger to be a different wizard altogether. Perhaps one of the 5 Istari that ultimately becomes corrupted by Sauron's power in the centuries to come. Let's not forget that anything Gandalf can do, Saruman can do just as well, and was originally on the side of good before being caught in the gaze of Sauron's evil eye. Could this man of mystery be a wizard that eventually goes bad? We can only wait and see as the Rings of Power continues.